Good morning. It's day 2 on the Salpapolku. It's not actually that cold that I would need to wear the hood on my puffy coat, but mosquitoes are eating my head less when I'm wearing, so that's why. And this is where I was camping last night. There was actually also a Estonian couple who were car camping in here, but now they have already gone, so it's only me. But those two people are the only ones that I've seen on the trail so far. So I'm pretty much alone here. The first bunker of today is right next to my campsite. There's a warning sign that says that there might be water on the floor. So we will see if I'm able to get in. So far it looks pretty dry. Here is a pretty small chamber that has some kind of hole on the wall. And then here is a little bit larger chamber and more rooms. And more and more. Let's see this way first. Oh, here is water. And then there are ladders going up. There's a hatch. That water is actually very bright. I would almost like to take my drinking water from there, but it has been standing there for quite a while, so maybe I won't. And then there is this slightly larger chamber, and there's no more doorways. Okay. Seems like quite many parts of the Salpapolku is following these gravel roads or forest roads, which makes it quite easy to hike. Yesterday there was actually only one uphill, and that wasn't a big one. So the trail is pretty easy to hike. I think I read it from somewhere that there is about 800 meters of ascent and descent on this trail, so that's not very much of gaining elevation. So even though it takes about 4 days to hike it, I think this is very doable for everyone. Though at places the trail is not very well marked, so you have to have your map with you and check it every once in a while. But now actually lately I think there has been quite good trail signs. And now this is not cool. I think there has been some kind of Christian hike in here, and there are some of these signs on the trees that have this kind of prayers or something, and now some of them are just lying around in the middle of a forest. I'm not especially a fan of it that people bring their own religion in the woods. There is a freedom of religion in Finland, so I think everyone should be able to enjoy the nature, whatever their preference on religion is. And then especially if you're leaving this kind of trash in the nature, I don't think it's cool. You could at least pick it up and take it away once you're done. I think I mentioned yesterday that there are 2 museums along the trail. And this is the first one. This is the Bunker Museum. But I think it's not open today because it's not yet a summer season. But maybe I can take a little view of the artifacts that are here outside. There are are some trenches in here. A little bit different from the ones I've seen in the forest. There is also one bunker. And I just saw the sign at the door saying that the museum actually is open today and they should be opening it just in a while. So maybe I'll wait a bit so that I can stop in and maybe fill my water. I found a water source. I was a little bit suspecting that there might be a faucet on the wall, and there was. And I think it's drinking water. In Finland, generally, you can expect that water is drinking water unless it's otherwise indicated. And there's one more bunker in there. I'm not visiting every single bunker that's on the trail, though you are going to see a lot and have seen already, but there are more. So I'm mainly visiting the ones that are on the map, and then maybe some additional one if they are conveniently on the trail. But if I would be visiting every single one that I see, I think it would take me like 10 days to go through this trail. Well, now there is some actual trail, and very typical Finnish forest scenery. And I think there will be quite a lot of blueberries when the season is coming, but not yet, it's way too early. Once again I arrived to a bunker, and here should be a place for an anti-tank gun and living quarters for 20 men. Now I'm actually on the roof. So you have seen all those ladders going up and those small hatches, and these are the places they usually lead to. So this is kind of a shooting place, or what it would be called. You can see there are these small holes. And now I only need to find the door into this place. I think it's somewhere down there. I think it's that side, possibly. I didn't find the doorway. I think it might be somewhere underneath those boulders. But here are a few shooting windows. Right here. But it took a little bushwhacking to get here because this is not the most accessible place. I'm at the road crossing, and this is actually where we drove by when my dad was bringing me yesterday. And you could take this road, I don't know if you're able to see the sign, all the way to St. Petersburg in Russia. Or if you want to go the other way, you could go to Helsinki. But I'm not gonna go to Russia. I'm gonna follow the trail. There's a mailbox for bikers. There is some kind of bike route, and here is, I think, kind of a trail register for those people. But that's not going along the Salpapolku, though it was saying at some website, I think, that you can also ride Salpapolku with a mountain bike, but I think at places you really, you at least have to carry a bike over those anti-tank fortification and all, so I wouldn't recommend riding the whole trail through, or it's going to be a little bit extreme. But some parts of the trail are completely rideable. And at some places there are these places where you can grill your food, because making a fire in the forest is not really recommendable, especially when it's a dry season. You can start a wildfire. And I think this is a safe place to have a lunch. You can have your own machine gun sitting right there and taking care of your safety. But it's not a lunchtime for me yet. So I'm gonna keep on hiking. In this bunker there seems to be slightly wet conditions, so I'm not going to swim in there. You might hear the traffic noise, and that's because I'm following this highway for a while, and then I think I will go underneath it to the other side. And once again, it's the bunker time. Here is a dugout that I don't know actually if it was on my map or not. At least there was no kiosk that would be telling some info about this. Here are also these small holes in the wall, and my father informed that these are in order you could throw hand grenades out of the bunker if someone would be attacking you. I don't know if I think there is a hole on the wall because there's something covering it. Perhaps this is a toilet, I don't know. Let's go in, see what's in here. The roof seems like it might be collapsing anytime soon, but I don't know if there is concrete behind those wooden panels or if it's just ground in there. I think these pipes used to be in the ceiling, but they're not there anymore. This looks actually quite similar to the one that I was earlier. You remember the one that had the water in there? Here's also this small chamber, just like there. And a hatch up here. I think this bunker has used the same architect that the last one did. Here's also the ceiling is falling apart, but there is concrete underneath it, so you're only gonna get some pieces of wood into your head, not the whole ceiling, in case it collapses. I think this is it. Yes, it's exactly the same as the one that I was in. I guess the one that I was in this morning. Back in the fields and on these country roads, but still there are some signs of the things on the Salpapolku. These huge boulders standing in a row. They are a little bit different sides on the trail today. I think this is old county hall. That's a toilet, I guess. But I don't know if they use it anymore. It looks quite abandoned. And there's a place where you can make your fire. And I think, well, I guess the trail goes this way. Hopefully. I think there is someone bird watching. Now this one, I think, is a natural cave. There are some fallen trees, so it's a little bit tricky to move around in here, and also mosquitoes. Wow. And there's ice. So it's cold enough in here that there is ice. This goes two ways. This way is out. Let's go see that first. And then I think the other way is a dugout for, I think my maps say that it's for 80 men, so it should be quite large. Yes, there is also the kiosk and all the information. These walls are quite spectacular. I would love to come climbing in here, though there is quite a lot of moss on the walls, so I don't know if traditional climbing would be possible. It looks like, to me, I'm no specialist with caves, but I would think that this is partly a natural cave and then partly a constructed cave. And I think people have been having some fabulous festival in here or something, because there are candles. I think this could be quite an amazing place when it's lit with candles. Okay, so this is huge. There is kind of a small hole in there, and the roof is quite high. I don't know if it's possible to see. Oh, I think they use this as a church or something. I don't know, because there is a cross in here and something. So I think they use this as an altar. And then there is a cave that goes up and the other way that goes up there. This is a pretty huge place. I should have a larger light to be able to illuminate this. For some reason, these crosses and things make me feel like this is a little spooky place where it would have some strange rituals and human sacrifices and whatever. Ew. I hope I make it out alive. Okay, I did make it out alive of the cave of the doomsday cult with their human sacrifices and everything. Oh, once that I'm able to once again bushwhack from here out into the light and back to my backpack. If I remember it right, this might be the last bunker on my map for today, and I'm heading for a pond where there is a swimming place. I haven't been swimming this year yet, so it would be my first time this year swimming in a lake or a pond. I think the water might be still quite cold, but I kind of feel like swimming. Okay, so there will be my camping spot for tonight. That's called Laavu-Pyyhinlampi. It translates pretty much to wiping pond. I don't know what you're supposed to wipe there, but that's what it's called. And the smaller blue sign says that there is a beach. So that's where I'm heading to. And there is also one last bunker over there somewhere. So I think I'm gonna go to see that, and then I'm gonna go to set up my camp. So this is finally the last bunker of the day, and there has been cleaning personnel in here, I think. The mosquitoes are following me, but usually they don't come into the bunkers. I think it's too cold for them. Here is a ladder and a hatch up there which is open. I could actually climb in there. Guess I'm gonna go, but I had to pause the video for a while. Okay, I got up. That's where I climbed from. There's not a lot of room to stand in here. And it was a little bit tricky because these broken pipes are all you have that you can use to climb up. But here you can see the shooter's hole. That's pretty neat. Now I just need to get myself back down again without falling. Alright, I'm back down again. Let's go see the rest of this bunker. There is empty chamber and more where that came from. There is water dripping from the ceiling. And this is the rear chamber. Here there is also quite a nice echo. I arrived to the Pyyhinlampi. Here is all kinds of facilities, so there's a firewood enough to go, and here are some dressing rooms for men and women. Quite a nice building actually. I think there is a privy there in the woods, at least that's what it says. Or it says water closets, but I don't think there is running water. I think it's just a privy. And here is pretty nice beach. Though it says no diving, so I think it's pretty shallow. And somewhere in here I should put up my tent.